All right, today we're diving into something that could completely change how AI works. It's a new strategy called Recursive Language Models, and it could give AI a memory that's practically infinite. But it all starts with a very weird question.
So, get this. How can a smaller, less powerful, and way cheaper AI absolutely run circles around a giant, super expensive one on a really tough task? I know it sounds completely backward, but trust me, the answer is a total game changer.
Okay, just look at this chart. It's wild. On a really tough AI memory test, one of the best models out there, let's call it GPT-5, scores a 30. Not bad. But then you have a smaller, cheaper model using this new recursive trick. Its score? 64. It didn't just win, it more than doubled the performance. So what in the world is going on? Well, to get it, we first have to talk about a massive problem that plagues even the smartest AIs.
And that brings us to this fundamental flaw, this bottleneck that's been holding AI back for years. It's the AI's memory problem. And if you've ever used a chatbot for more than a few minutes, you've probably felt it yourself.
The problem has a perfect name, context rot, and it works exactly like it sounds. Think about reading a really long book. By the time you're on page 500, can you remember some tiny, insignificant detail from page 1? Of course not. Your brain just can't hold it all at once. Well, the exact same thing happens to an AI. The more information you cram into its short-term memory, its context, the worse it gets at actually using any of it. And I'm not just talking about smaller models here. This affects everybody. Even the most powerful, cutting-edge AIs on the planet start to get confused. You stuff their context window with too much text, and they start forgetting instructions, missing key details, they just fall apart. So clearly, just building a bigger AI brain isn't fixing this core memory issue. We need a smarter approach.
And that smarter approach is exactly what this is all about. It's a really elegant, recursive solution.
This new strategy is called a Recursive Language Model, or RLM. And the key thing to understand is this isn't a bigger, better AI. It's a totally new playbook for how an AI can read and process huge amounts of information.
So what is an RLM, really? It's a super clever trick where, instead of trying to read a whole book at once, the AI can call up copies of itself to handle different chapters. It's kind of like a manager who, instead of trying to do a massive project all by themselves, delegates smaller pieces to their team. The AI basically becomes its own project manager.
To really wrap our heads around this, let's use a cooler analogy. Let's think about the AI not as an office manager, but as a detective working a huge, complex case. The main AI is our lead detective. It gets a tough question about a case file that's a mountain of paperwork, thousands of pages long. Now, the